What else?
Well, I mean, I think we were like mainly going to talk about like we went to go see Avatar. You want to talk about that?
Sure.
I know we're jumping around, but the whole point was to talk about Avatar. What'd you think of the movie?
It was blue.
Why do you think that joke is so funny?
It wasn't just blue. It was 2 different colors of blue.
Yeah, it was really cute. I liked it. Okay, so I'd never seen Avatar 1. So, like 2 days before, shock. Yeah, shock. Go ahead. Tell me I'm a horrible person again. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But anyways, yeah, I'd never seen the first one, and I thought about it and I like sat and reflected and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't see the first one because everybody was talking about you have to see the first one. Like, I can't believe you haven't seen it. So then I was just like, well, screw y'all. Like, I'm not going to see it then. Mm-hmm. So I'm just pretty sure that's why I never saw it, because everybody wanted to see it and everybody was expecting everybody to go see it. So I just didn't. And then, anyways, thank goodness it was on Disney Plus, so we watched it and it was good. I can definitely like looking back at it, like from that time period, like 2009,
yeah,
like that was a huge deal, like in movies. Probably like the cinematics were good and all that, and the animation was amazing for that time frame. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get excited for this Avatar. And we look, and it's 3 hours long. Like, I didn't pee once during that movie, though. I was so proud of myself.
Wow.
Nate went twice.
I went like 4 times.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every time I got up, you said refill the drink, and then I drank all of the drink.
I think that's what happened, honestly.
You had like 1 sip, and I had the rest.
Yeah. I think so. But they did make us get, which, speaking of health, we had been working on when we go to the movies, like, get 1 bag of 1 thing of popcorn and 1 candy instead of us each, because we used to do that too. And then we would go to the Mexican restaurant afterwards. We have eliminated the Mexican restaurant, and we went down to, like, kind of splitting 1 candy. Like, you know, I hate to be like, Nate eats majority of it, but he does. And then I go a little bit heavier on the popcorn side. Anyway, so we each got our own candy because it was 3 hours,
and I'm sweet.
I'm sweet and salty. I'm a little of both worlds. But anyways, yeah. So, what did you think? Like, you're the one that saw Avatar already. You had already seen it. Like,
so cinematically, it was a 10 out of 10. All the camera angles are great. The way they filmed the animals and the jungle and the fight scenes, all that stuff was great. The story was a little iffy, I thought.
Yeah.
Careful for spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. So basically, like, you know, the main character realizes that they're really after him.
The sky people.
Yeah, that the sky people are really after him. So he's like, oh, let's go into hiding and protect my family.
But he's actually like the main leader of this tribe.
Right. So it's like he gave up his tribe and his people to go save his family. Like,
yeah, that was a little.
That didn't really make any sense to me. Like,
but if that didn't happen, there would be no story.
If you were gonna do that, you would have brought your whole tribe with you. Like,
bring all 1,000 of them.
You know, but
go into hiding with 1,000 people. That's right.
But and especially where they were at, I feel like they had a strategic advantage already. But if they didn't go, there wouldn't have been a movie. So
correct.
But I would have written it as we need to recruit the water people. Well, the water tribes. That's how I would have written it. I wouldn't have written it as we're scared and running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, But that's only really the only thing I could really pick out.
The storyline wasn't that great
of the storyline
to you.
Just the reason for having to go to the water tribes,
right,
is really the only thing you can pick out of this movie. Like,
that's it.
You know, everything else was good. There was emotional parts.
You cared about the people.
You cared about all the characters. Like, even the quote unquote bad guy, the general. You cared about him too. Like, so they did a great job with that.
Again, spoiler alert, because Kate Winslet is a character in there. And I even had to say this during the movie, and I don't like talking during the movie, but I was like, well, she has one chance. She was the Avatar. So she has one chance to redeem herself, because there was like a ship sinking a little bit in Avatar. And I was like, if this heifer gets on this door and doesn't invite someone else on the door, like, she had one chance, just like the Titanic, like, to fix that, but that didn't happen. But I was just like, dang, she's in a bunch of movies where the ship like sinks, or like a ship goes down, or there's a shipwreck. I'm like, anyways.
What's another one besides Titanic?
It's just ironic that it was a second, like, it was, I don't know. I'm sure there's more.
That's funny. But overall, what do you give Avatar?
But like, I think I have to give it like a 9.5 because of the story, like you said. But there would have been no story,
right,
if they didn't do it that way.
I give it a solid 8.5. There's only really two negatives: how long it is, and the reason for having to go to the water people, right? So the water tribes. Yeah,
you said there was a scene where like one of their fingers or something. You said, I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely missed an edit, like because his babies are supposed to have 4 fingers, like a human.
Because they called it a mixed breed, right? Is that what they called them?
And the baby had 3 fingers
instead.
Yeah. So unless he wasn't supposed to be holding up his baby. But it was definitely his baby.
That might be the next Avatar. Finding out that's not his baby.
Oh! Yeah, we were rewriting some real drama into Avatar today.
James Cameron, you can hire me for your next production. I'm available.
I feel like Hollywood needs you, to be honest. I feel like they have not been very creative at all lately. Like,
they're just recreating old stuff.
Yeah.
It's a shame. But yeah, I thought it was good. I was very surprised there were in our particular area, there weren't a lot of people at that particular movie, but when we walked out there was a ton of people for the next one.
Yeah,
so,
for the 8 o'clock.
Yeah. There's no way we would have made the 8 o'clock at all. Like, we would have been out of there by midnight. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And it was a Friday, like, no.
I'm an old man. Sorry.
I know. He passed out as soon as he got home, too.
Sleep at 9.
He was asleep.